Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
He said, man, you're just a pretty high yellow man. You're the closest thing to a woman I'm ever gonna see, man, because I got double life. I'm like, man, you tripping, man. I ain't gay, homie. He said, man, check this out, man. I'm about to go up in your butthole, homie, because you got it all ready. I'm like, nah, dude, I had to take it. Shit, I ain't getting shit ready, homie. I ain't no homosexual, man. He said, man, you don't understand, man. I ain't never getting out, man.
Well, good morning. As you know, this podcast will have a somber tone as the ponies are going to get their cheeks busted. And the reason why guys like NIXIS and TCMF and MGN and MBG and name your favorite set of letters is because they put something out that was never going to happen. They ginned up the juice more than it should have happened. It should have been. And now it's time to bust their cheeks. I mean, there's it's not going to happen at this point. So first things first, with it being Memorial Day, shout out to everybody. I have a 3-day weekend. This is the first of 3, and I will be a gameaholic this weekend. I'm up earlier because I'm going to the store. Best Buy is just, guys, they're having a sale and a half. But I done bought myself an indoor grill. I done got the Black Widow movie that's coming to me today. I gotta go get my stuff, right? Shout out to J-Roll for being a member. I also gotta see if the store is open that's gonna have my t-shirts. So I'll be calling them. They open up, I think, at 10 o'clock. So I'm good. But look, I'll start out with the easy stuff here, which is there's a game that Sony was making called Factions. It's been delayed, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. It's done. We're not talking about it for the rest of the year. I never saw what the big deal about it was. It was just somebody running around shooting people, and then somebody else would follow them to, I guess, put bandages on them or something like that. But ain't nobody gonna be bandaging your cheeks. So we got to get into why these cats were saying what they were saying. And how I'll give credit to the people who backed off, who came out and apologized. They got a commuted sentence. Their cheeks ain't gonna get busted. So that's why I didn't mention certain people. But certain people did come out and was like, yeah, you know what? I ginned it up way too much. And I want to give a big shout out to Big Cloud. He had Hip Hop Gamer on his show yesterday. I really encouraged, after I'm done, I'm going to encourage these fanboys to go listen to Big Cloud's podcast with Hip Hop Gamer. I think he had a very good podcast. There were definitely criticisms. I gave the show a B myself, but I expected exactly what I got. I expect them to do these things. Also, we got the numbers again. Sony put out their quarterly numbers. Everything's growing. They're going to add umpteen billion yen for investments into, studios and things like that. So we know they're going in the wrong direction. We know they're going in the right direction. So these non-gamers, these ponies who are claiming they're going in the wrong direction, and then they say, well, it's my opinion. It's like, man, shut up. If I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. Like, literally, if they're going in the wrong direction, point out where they're going in the wrong direction. I heard J-Tech said that the hardcore is what branches Sony out. He's wrong. Casual gamers is what pushes all markets. All markets. I don't care if you buy the television sets. Okay, do you think Sony sells more high-end TVs every year, or do they sell the casual TV? This is why you guys need getting your cheeks busted. All right? You just don't know this shit. Why did Marvel succeed and DC fail? Because it's widely known why. It's because Marvel catered to the casual fan, and they threw in stuff for the hardcore too. They threw it in. But it's the casual fan who carried Marvel. DC, Warner Brothers, catered to the hardcore fan, and their movies failed because nobody in the casual audience could follow what was going on. Let's bring it back to gaming. One of the most successful gaming companies in the world is Nintendo. It's not for hardcore gamers. Can J-Tech explain that? Why? Based on his own logic, Sony should cater to the hardcore fans, but Sony also sees Nintendo, who's a Japanese company, catering to casuals and being very, very successful. So what the hell are you talking about? The hardcore. I'm hardcore. I got a damn I have an LED TV. I'm sorry, I have an OLED. I have an OLED. I am in the top umpteen percent. I don't know what is it, 8% of owners. I am as hardcore as it's going to get. I got a gaming PC. I got an Xbox Series X, and I have a PS5. And the Series X is for the quote hardcore because the casuals bought the S. Like I said, what he says doesn't make any sense. And you got to remember, Chocolate Thunder got double life. He ain't never getting out. So have him explain to you how hardcore, if hardcore is what was happening, why is Nintendo successful? Because there ain't nothing hardcore about that. Zelda keeps running away. Why is Zelda running away? But it's still a successful franchise, but she ran off again. I guess Link beat her up. I don't know what Link's doing. Maybe he's an alcoholic. I don't know. But ask him to explain it. Sony's going in the wrong direction. Then explain the numbers, J-Tech. Why are Sony's numbers record-breaking? And this is for anybody who thinks they're going in the wrong direction. Like I said, if I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. Because the numbers don't back up what you say at all. And you got to remember, double life. He ain't never getting out. And again, listen if you want, but I need some answers. Like soon. Or we get another sentence in there with Chocolate Thunder. So for the NXX guy who was talking about all this, I mean, it was bad, dude. I mean, you got to hear this. You got to hear this. It was bad. This dude was saying all kind of things. Now, we had our dream podcast. What was my dream, right? For Sony to really push the VR thing. I'm like, man, I would love something like Star Citizen. I would love something like, I heard people were saying Half-Life Alyx and stuff like that. All right, fine. I mean, fine. But, you know, I'm a big sim guy, so I got to have my sim. You know, I didn't get that, but I'm not mad. I mean, what I saw was like, oh, this is pretty cool. You know, I'm still going to get the VR. It's just like, I need more stuff. And for all I know, I'm going to watch the summer showcase. I may get it. You're right, Worldwide Studio. Chocolate Thunder about as hardcore as he get. He got double life. He ain't getting out. But I don't want to hear hardcore push anything because I am in every market. I am in the PC market. I have a mid-tier PC. I don't have a high-end PC. A mid-tier PC. Everything else here is high-end. The speakers, the headsets I have, high-end. We don't drive shit. We are not the cater to market. Okay, if you go to Best Buy, you go to the people aren't in, how many people are in the Magnolia room when you go to Best Buy? 3, maybe 4 people. The majority of people are just out on the floor buying casual stuff. When I bought my TV, I saw 3 other people buy a Panasonic TV, a Hisense TV. Those are your markets. They are the ones driving the market. Don't ever, and I mean ever, let anybody tell you the hardcore drive any market, because you don't. The only thing you drive is straight into prison where Chocolate Thunder is. Sony has already catered to the hardcore. God of War is out if you want it. And that game was crazy. Forbidden West is out if you want it. Gran Turismo is out if you want it. And it has VR support if you dare. Pretty hardcore, J-Tech. And that's for anybody who thinks the hardcore support drive anybody. They don't. Do you think they sell? Go to it. Let's talk about grills, okay? Because we got this holiday weekend. People gonna be grilling out. Do you think the one of the highest end grills that you can buy is the Ninja, the 5-in-1? Do you think they sell more of those per year, or do they think they sell that little casual $25 one that you keep for what, like 3 months, and you no matter how much you clean it, it don't work right? What do you think they sell more? Because that's much more casual. But oh no, the hardcore, the people buying the Ninjas, they're the ones being catered to. Fuck out of here. What are you talking about? Hardcore don't drive nothing. Never have, never will. So they just don't. I would love to. Do you think there's okay, so how many people that have a PC have 4090s in their PC? Because that's pretty hardcore. Do you think there's more people with 4090s in their PCs, or you think there's more people with 2080s and 3060s and stuff like that? You apply it to everything else, it makes no sense. It just doesn't. As much high-end brands as you buy at a supermarket, the supermarket's own brand sells more because there's more people buying that. You'll get 3 people buy the hardcore stuff. 3 people are going to buy Miracle Whip, but you know what? About 20 people are going to buy regular mayonnaise because mayonnaise is pretty casual stuff. Again, it's okay to be disappointed. I understand disappointment. I understand there was something that you would have liked to have seen, but it wasn't there. That makes sense. But to sit up there and be like, well, all this stuff was going to be there, when it's like, no, all the stuff's out almost. Ben is working on a new game. Weren't ready to show it yet. Well, they should have made. They should have made Days Gone 2. They pretty much did when they gave it a 60. Have you played Days Gone since they changed the refresh rate? And then they changed the refresh rate, and they changed the FPS rate. It's like a different game. It's a matter of fact, it feels like a different game when you play it. It's the same game. You're still riding a motorcycle and putting gas in it, and you don't change clothes. You're getting chased by zombies. Which the same thing is happening pretty much to me when I'm playing The Last of Us. I'm getting chased by zombies. But, whatever, right? Because they're fanboys. They don't see it's like, this is pretty much the same thing. But I'm all for disappointment. I gave the show a B. Not a B+, not a B-, not an A. It was a B. I saw a lot of games there, a lot of new games. Then you get into the whole, well, it was only supposed to be exclusive games. Well, when was that said? Can somebody wants to leave a link in the chat? I can pull it up. When did Sony say that they were going to show nothing but exclusive games? But again, these guys, the MBGs, the Marlins, all these guys ran out and said, this is what we've been waiting on for 2 years. No, it's what you've been waiting on for 2 years, you egotistical son of a bitch. It's been you who's waiting on that, because as people are starting to figure out, it's about them getting clicks into what they're doing. And you got to remember, Chocolate Thunder got double life. He ain't getting out. So, shout out to OG Silverback, because I know that'll pop up on his thread. Shout out to him. I will leave a link on the full thread there that you saw. Definitely shout out to OG Silverback. Go sub to him. He moved to the Philippines. Shout out to him. Yeah, you're still rocking the 2060. Yeah, I know. But according to other people, it's the hardcore that drive the market. It's like, man, we know that's not true, Deadly Bean. I'm sorry, Dreddy Bean. Shout out to you. We know that's not true, right? Whoever says that is fucking stupid. Don't care who you are. We don't drive nothing. Look at what's happened at, I'll give you another movie example with Marvel. The last phase Marvel did, the the one that people said wasn't no good, it was good if you were a hardcore fan. If you're a hardcore fan, those movies are really good. But if you're a casual fan, you're kind of like, well, I can't really follow this. You know, the Eternals and Shang-Chi and all that kind of stuff. That was beyond you as a casual, because it's kind of like it wasn't made for you. That was made for the hardcore. Yeah, there you go. First 48. Love what he said. Your problem, don't ever listen to YouTubers. They're not doing videos to benefit you. They do it to benefit themselves. There you go. Man, I'm glad. Shout out to the First 48, because he now understands it. You just don't listen to him, because it's in their best interest to spread bullshit. That's what fanboys are. That's what fanboys do, including Ponies. The gamers are like, okay, there are games that Sony showed that I am going to buy, and there's games that they show that Sony showed that they're not going to buy. That makes you normal. That's a normal person's thought process. It's like if you go to a smorgasbord or a buffet, you're not going to get everything that's there. Most normal people don't. Now, there are people who say, well, I'm going to try everything. Ha, ha, ha. You know, but most people are only going to buy. This is just me. Let me make that clear. I went to a smorgasbord, or whatever you want to call a buffet, and everything looked good. I ate wings. Of course, I ate the wangs, W-A-N-G-Z. I ate some macaroni and cheese. It needed some more salt, but fair enough. It was still mac and cheese. And I ate dessert. Now, they had everything else there, ribs. They had chicken thighs, legs. They had it all, right? It was a buffet. They had everything. They had a vegan side. They had it. But again, Sony had a showcase where they showcased a bunch of stuff, and you may say 90% of this I am not going to buy. That's perfectly fine. But not everybody has your same taste, and I would argue you got no taste at all, but okay, fine. Not everybody wants to do the same thing. I can pull up my PlayStation list when I'm playing Forbidden West. You know, you can pull up that little list. I will see people playing MLB. I will see people playing The Division, Part 2, I think. I will see people playing God of War. I will see people playing Gran Turismo. I will see people playing, I don't know, like an Assassin's Creed game, Valhalla. I've got people pulled up that were playing Kana. So my point to you is that it's not for, and not everybody bought Kana. Some people are like, I don't want to play. I don't want that. A lot of people didn't buy Kana. And I'm not saying they didn't buy it. I didn't say that they won't eventually get it. I bought it. But, you know, a lot of people, maybe they'll play it now because isn't it in the monthly stipend thing that we get, whatever it's called. So, I mean, I haven't played Watch Dogs 3. I downloaded it. I'll be playing it a little later on today, along with Aloy. And I'm going to finally start Quantum Break. Yes, I'm finally, after almost a month, I'm going to start Quantum Break. So I'm going to finish it because I like those type of games. Why do you like games like that? Well, I like those type of games. Now, I can give you a list of stuff that I will be buying. And here's another thing, because the fanboys are upset. Let's give you a fact. We'll talk about this more tomorrow. Alan Wake Part 2 being marketed by Sony is a big effing deal. That really shows you Sony has worked on their relationship with Remedy. But I believe, and somebody can correct me on this, it's digital only. Did anybody else catch that, or was I just seeing things? I mean, I know I got my new glasses, but I looked at that like, wait a minute, is there not a physical release for this? So seriously, stop, I understand there's a separation between gamers and fanboys. Just like I explained it with the movies, with the television sets, with the PCs. I don't know anybody. I may know one or two people that have the 4090. The majority of people have 6700, 6600, 3050. I know people that went out and got the 3050. Don't ask me why, but they bought it anyway. So it's you got hype. That is your fault. There you go. Because they told you exactly what they were going to show, and they showed it. They literally put out exactly what they were going to show. They showed it, and people got mad. Like I said, it doesn't matter if they tell you exactly what you're going to see. It was like, and I put out a shot out on Twitter. I specifically said a lot of people are going to be disappointed because what they think they're going to see, they're not going to see. I had people saying, well, it should have just been a state of play. Well, wasn't that what it was? Well, because it was a showcase, I got hype. Why? Because they showed an hour's worth of games. In state of plays, aren't they like 30, 40 minutes long, give or take? Give or take. So this is not, look, shout out to everybody here. This is not about me being right or wrong. This is about these dudes getting their cheeks busted. Finally. It was so bad. And shout out to Foxy Games UK who took his medicine. He got a commuted sentence. His cheeks are fine. Shout out to my man Sean. Shout out to Sean. But he at least came out and said, yeah, I'm going to put out a video addressing this. And he did. And several people did. That's why I waited a couple days. Man, when I saw MBG and Marlon running with this, Sony got more games that they were sitting on. It's like, man, why can't you all just admit you oversold this shit? It's just so much easier. Remember when I did that whole video and I said, Lisa Sue said it was going to eat Monster for breakfast. Microsoft didn't say that. And you all were like, nah, Microsoft said it. And then you all sent me the link. And the very next day, I put out a video that said, hey, you know what? I was wrong about that. Microsoft did say it could eat Monster for breakfast. Lisa didn't say that. So I had to take the heat on that one, right? I had to take it. It was easy. Grown ass man, big dog, big nuts, right? So I'm like, hey, I got this wrong. You all were right. We moved on, right? There ain't no hard feelings, right? These dudes doubled down, and this is why their cheeks are getting busted. Just say I got this wrong. Just say I will never hype stuff up again. But do you know why they're doing it? It's so that you dumb MFers will give them money. Shout out to the MFers that gave these dudes money. All right? Shout out to you guys. Maybe now you'll never do it again. And this ain't about me getting money. I don't want your money, okay? But shout out to you all who do donate. But understand you're donating because you're being told the truth and you support the cause. Not because if I lie to you, I'm not going to be in the cell with Chocolate Thunder. He ain't getting my cheeks. You know, and it didn't matter. You heard OG Silverback say he wasn't gay. It did not matter. Chocolate Thunder got double life. He ain't getting out. And you a pretty brown man. Shout out to all the pretty brown men out there. That's nothing against the pretty white guys out there, I guess, right? But Chocolate Thunder got double life. I mean, what are we gonna do? The indies and third party could have been better. Dude, you got, okay, I mean, I'm not going to argue with you on that. That's fine. That is your opinion. I'm not going to, look, you have the absolute right to be disappointed. Let me make that clear. Now, if these indies come out like that game with all the foam, I agree with Hip Hop Gamer. If that game comes out and, because whatever, Splatoon in Japan is tremendously popular, okay? That's the best way to describe it. It's just tremendously popular. They're trying to get into that market with a Japanese company. Worst case, all right, so if that game fails, Sony knows, well, and they invested in it with a partner that they trust, Square Enix. Again, I don't have an answer for that. And can somebody else send me a link where Metal Gear is going to be, and I talked about this, where Metal Gear is going to be on Xbox? I mean, I'm not here to say that it's not. I have not found that link yet. So, you know, well, they're in a sale. I mean, they're all in the sale. It's stupid. When I hear people saying things like, Sony won't give me, and I'm paraphrasing, Sony won't give me any, Sony won't give us any information So therefore, I can't get you excited. Oh, come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you, Kenneth. When I hear stuff like that, all you can do is, like, me personally, I choke on my lemonade. It's like, are you serious? You all are falling for this shit? It's like a woman in a club and some dude talking to her like, "Hey girl, you know, let me holler at you. Let me holler at you real. Let me talk to you real fast." And then she gives him the number, and then all of a sudden he breaks her heart. It's like, well, you met the guy in a club and he was talking to you like then you went out with him and he's 40 years old and he got his pants hanging down to his ankles because some dude busted his cheeks when he was in prison. Teardown was only game they showed besides Spider-Man you're getting. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, great. I mean, again, that's fine. I mean, it is what it is. So, Foam Stars is a casual season. Maybe. I don't know what it is, right? I'm not going to buy it. Let me make this clear. Have you ever seen a showcase or been to a store where you didn't buy everything that was there? I've seen that before. Sony has done that to me a bunch of times. I'm not going to buy this game. But I also understand I'm not the only person who buys stuff. And this whole thing, well, they should cater to me because I am as hardcore as it gets. That, dude, don't get me started on the TV I got. All right? Don't even, the soundbar I got, no. I'm about as hardcore as it's going to get. I said this to you guys before. I understand. I am in the top whatever percent, 10% of people who own all this stuff. I understand that. Most people don't own this stuff that I got. That's why I'm kind of like, I'm happy with what I have. I've reached a point in my life where I can look back and say, well, I'm happy with what I got. And I'm talking, these dudes have still got LED TVs talking about their hardcore. Shut up. And look, I was there. I can say it now. When I bought my Sony X85J, I'm like, okay, this is a step up for where I had, but it's not where I need to be. You know, so because I'm going into the hardcore. That's why I got a new CPU. You all saw my new CPU. You all can go back and look. I showed it because because the games on PC that I want to play are getting bigger, and therefore I need more processing power. That's what hardcore does. You know, so but you know, yeah, these people aren't hardcore. Well, what do they say? I've got umpteen platinum trophies. Okay, yeah, but yeah, how much pussy are you getting? None. Okay, well, I rest my case. Nobody cares about your trophies. Okay? Nobody. Well, that shows you how much time I put into gaming. No, it just shows you got way too much time to game. You should be doing some other stuff. And I'm all for it. Look, I'm trying to get the platinum. I mean, I'm trying to finish Forbidden West, which I've fallen in love with that game. Shout out to my television set, right? But I also understand I'm not going to go through every nook and cranny because it'd take me, people told me they got 140 hours into this game. I mean, if that's true, that's too much time. Shout out to all you guys that did that, though. I got much respect for people who get some platinum on an open world game. But it ain't my type of hype, and it doesn't show you how hardcore you are. And once again, I am playing The Last of Us, and I am stuck fighting this dude in that lodge. I mean, I must die about 1,000 times in this area. Like, every time I've played this game, it takes me forever to beat this guy. So, well, I don't know why people in the PlayStation community are so got such a big time hard on for Xbox. If you don't have an Xbox, don't worry about what Xbox is doing. Like, seriously, I don't worry about. I got an Xbox and I don't worry about what they're doing. I mean, so again, you get your cheeks busted too. I can see if you have an Xbox and you made that monetary investment, you could be like, man, this is bullcrap. But if you don't have one, why do you care what they're doing? Like, seriously. And just as I predicted, Marlon Gaming Nation said that he don't care about Xbox, but he turned around and said, I'm going to stream the event, just as I told you he would do. Again, you guys, come on, man. You don't care, you don't care. So again, I'm just telling you the truth. Again, I don't want to hear, oh, well, he's just picking on. No, I'm not. Everything I have said, we can go back and pull the quote unquote receipts. These dudes need their cheeks clapped hard. And I am so glad that Sony and Jim Ryan was the one who did it. Jim Ryan clapped these niggas' cheeks, man. I mean, that's just all there is to it. He clapping their cheeks. I mean, they are so mad that their little I don't know if you want to call them predictions or their hype trains that they had you all on completely exploded. Like completely explosions. To the point where it was when they got more stuff and they're sitting on it. It's like, oh, just own the shit. Own the fact that Chocolate Thunder got double life and you got your cheeks clapped. This did okay. Shit happens, man. I mean, this is crazy. You know, playing as Ellie. Yeah, and I'm like, you know, Ellie is, I mean, this dude, this is like for me personally, this is the hardest part of this game. The other parts of the game are not as hard, but like these two parts when I'm with I forgot what his name is. It David or Davis or something like that? When you're running around with him, these two parts of the game are hard for me. Like those parts are challenging. So, and then I get it, they may not be challenging for other people, but the other parts, I kept hearing people say, well, man, it took me several tries. I got through those parts easily. So, look, I have Game Pass. It does not suck. What sucks is the Ubi Play thing that's $18. Now, on PlayStation, all those games, I can just go download. I don't know if you know that or not, right? All these Ubisoft games, Assassin's Creed, all that stuff, I can just go download on PlayStation, PSN, whatever it's called, right? Xbox, I got to pay for that. That's what I was complaining about the other day. By the time you pay for Ultimate Game Pass, which includes EA, and then you pay for, what's the name of that other game? And you pay for the Game Pass entry with the Ubisoft stuff. You're paying over $30 a month, and it's like, and you don't own nothing. That sucks. I mean, I don't care who you are. That sucks. You're putting out $30 a month. You don't own nothing. That sucks. I don't care who you are. That sucks. You know. Well, I guess the people who hunt trophies, and I don't care that they do hunt them. Hunt them, I should say. I don't care that they do hunt them. It doesn't mean anything, though. It's like a woman bragging about how much money she makes. Man, nobody cares. Is it David? Is that his name? Yeah, it was something like that. But that part of the game, I just struggle with that part of the game. It's a struggle, okay? It's a struggle. So, you know, for me. But now there's other people like, oh, it's easy. You just have to run and do this, this, and this. Oh, okay, that's fine. You know. But at least I didn't get killed by, so far, I've not been killed by any bloaters on this run. So, like, the first time I played The Last of Us, something called a bloater killed me a whole bunch of times. It was throwing some stuff at me, and I was dying. So it's good stuff. It's a good game. I tell people, it's the best looking game I've played on my new TV. So it is what it is. Well, see, the Series S is for the casual gamer, and Microsoft has disclosed what? The Series S is their big seller. Yeah, because they it's selling to casual gamers. That's who's pushing their market right now. Sony is catering more. Well, for one, they're catering more to the Japanese market. I mean, a lot of the stuff they showed at that showcase was for the Japanese market. But yeah, they showed Resident Evil and you know, they showed that. I mean, I'm like, yeah, I mean, that looked just like the regular game. And mind you, I've only played the demo. So I have the Resident Evil 4 here. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But I will eventually get to it, right? But my point to you is that just because they didn't show what I wanted them to show, I'm just kind of like, well, whatever. It's not the end of my world. These dudes are going off. You know, these dudes are going off, and it's mostly because they got in their heads that they were going to see Naughty Dog's game and who else is left out there. Naughty Dog has put out 3 games this generation. They put them out. They put out the Thieves Collection. That was 2 games. And then they put out The Last of Us Part 1 remaster. Okay, that's 3 games. Insomniac is working on the remaster. They've got Miles Morales. They had a remaster of Spider-Man, which was fantastic, by the way. So they had those 2 games, Ratchet and Clank, and now they're about to get into their 4th game. So, okay. Insomniac is one of the biggest studios that Sony has. Maybe these guys don't know that, but if they're don't you think a fanboy should be able to rattle off the Sony's biggest studio to its smallest? And they don't know. They don't know this stuff. So tomorrow, we will go over how many employees are at each studio, because Insomniac is one of the biggest studios in the world, I believe. They have a huge ass studio. They've got like 4 teams working. And then you got to remember, Sony has other teams that they send to Insomniac to work with them. So Joker said that part was aggravating. Yeah, it's aggravating. Everybody else, Ellie kills with that knife on the first sneak blow, right? And when I tried to do it with him, he pulls out a machete and chops her face off or something like that. So it's like, damn it. So gotta remember, Ellie's a little girl. She can't take on grown-ass men. She has to try to stealth kill them, or else they will. I've almost had several guys killed and try to kill them off with a knife to save ammo, and I get beat up and get captured or whatever to get the choke thing they do so to her. But this for me is the hardest part of the game. And after this, the game is, even in the hospital, when I first played in the hospital, people were saying how hard the hospital scene was. It wasn't for me. I just went through there like Rambo. I killed everybody in the hospital. Bungie is not a PlayStation studio. It's a full subsidiary. Yeah, I know that. I was getting to that. So Sony buys Bungie, right? Bungie's Bungie is in charge of all multiplayer games for Sony. And if Bungie says, no, we don't like the quality, guess what? It's going to get put back in the oven. So, yeah, it wasn't like Joel was a good dude, though. He was good to Ellie, but that's it. He wasn't overall a good guy. So, and it's not like Ellie's this princess angel. She's not, you know. You just see the world that she's in through her eyes. But what happened was in The Last of Us Part 2, Naughty Dog said, we're going to show you the world from somebody else's eyes. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't like Abby. I don't like Abby. Abby's father was murdered and Abby wanted revenge. Abby got revenge, but it set off something that she couldn't control. And she tried to run away from it. And she ended up with Lev, whatever that person's name was. And, you know, she took on a surrogate mom role the same way Joel took on a surrogate father role. That's what you saw. You simply saw the same world from a different point of view. And again, if you didn't like it, that's fine. But that's ballsy when you write stuff. And I've tried to write music and tried to write songs, stuff like that. It's ballsy to take a story on and flip it like that. So, but I enjoyed it. Last of Us Part 2 is one of my favorite games. But I get it, it's not for everybody, right? It's not for everybody. And I can say, well, I don't care. It won Game of the Year, which it did. But I understand if you don't like it, you don't like it. It's not the end of the world. People didn't like the Sony showcase. Guess what? The showcase ended. The sun is here. You went to work the next day. Your life is fine. Your life is fine. You did not, you know, you got your paycheck. Your wife and your kids still love you. You know, you went out and you're gonna go barbecue or grill out today. The showcase means nothing. Did you see something at the showcase you were gonna buy? That's all they did. Because again, for me personally, I saw things at the showcase that I was going to buy. Now, that doesn't mean that I heard people say it could have had some more gameplay. I agree 100%. Could have had more gameplay. You know, it could have had more gameplay, definitely. But I will leave every show saying that I do not care for CGI, but, and I've said that, so I'm consistent. I would prefer some more gameplay, but it doesn't mean that something was horrible. With that said, however, these guys that built this up and built it up and built it up, like Ashford and Simpson, they built it up and now it's solid, right? They literally, when you're damage controlling to the point where, because Tom Henderson said this, that Sony had more games and Sony should have pulled this game out and should have not shown us this and showed us more gameplay. That's for their own cheeks, okay? They're trying to cover their own ass. It's called CYA, cover your ass. Instead of them just coming out saying, guys, you know what? I mean, the Metal Gear series, I'm going to buy the Metal Gear games. They're all remasters, right? So I'm going to buy them, no. So, you know, and when I buy them, I'm going to enjoy them. And, you know, because I enjoyed them before. And, you know, whether they're 1440p or whatever, I'll be fine. But, yeah, that was a big old rumor. And it's true. Now people are asking about Castlevania. Like, shout out to what Hip Hop Gamer said. It's all coming back. They don't have to announce everything all at once. And again, I get it. You would have loved it if they had just said, yes, all these games are coming out, and this game is coming out in 2024, and this game is coming out at the end of 2023. If that's what you were expecting, I don't know why you are, because that's never been like that. How many times do they announce games and the games get delayed? You hate both characters. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But the fact that they could get you to care about the characters that much where you feel like you hate it, that means they did their job as writers. They did their job as directors. So again, that's not taking nothing away from what you're saying. They did their job. So, I mean, I watched Chicago Fire, and one of the characters that we like, me and my girl like, he died. Okay. Now this doesn't mean we're going to hate the show, but that's us. That's just the way we process the information. I don't know how The Last of Us Part 2 is woke, but again, woke comes from the alt-right. It's another way of saying diversified and black. So it's just their way of doing it. And, you know, I don't know what else to say about that. I've talked about that already. So, Overred says Metal Gear Day One. Yeah. So again, ask yourself why these guys say, and then the damage control starts. You know, this sucked. This is terrible. Okay, fine. You know, maybe you should have not led your audience down a certain road. I don't want to hear, because it was a showcase. It should have been more. It could have had more stuff with the game. If you look, I will agree, and I've said this, that if you want to say it could have had more gameplay, I agree. That's why I gave it a B. But that Spider-Man gameplay, at least that I saw, was nice. A lot of stuff in there. So the showcase got overblown by the leaks. The only leak that was proven correct was what? Metal Gear. That leaked. But everything else, was there. You know you're getting Street Fighter. You know you're getting Mortal Kombat. You know you're getting Final Fantasy. All right, you know these games are coming, right? And Final Fantasy allegedly doesn't need a day one patch. Allegedly. Well, like I said before, hold on real fast. Nobody really knows what's happening. So what happens is that, Sony going crazy. Sony's going to blow it out of the water. Sony is going to change the world. Sony is going to put a man on the moon. So, I mean, that's the stuff you got to stay away from. But you gotta understand when they tell you this is my job, when they tell you I'm doing this full time, they're literally saying to you what I'm gonna have to do some stuff that's stupid and dumb and hokey, but it's to get you excited. And if you get excited, guess what you will do if you're excited? You'll give them money. I'm serious, man. This is like a psychological fact. You're going to be podcasts on today talking about we're going to give the showcase of this and that. Negro, you were ginning this shit up. You don't get fine, you can say that. But I don't know what to say. I'm not going to be listening to him because I will be at Best Buy, probably spending money I shouldn't. But nevertheless, I'm going to spend it because I can't take it with me, right? But at the end of the day, this is getting, this is getting crazy. King Thrash made a good video about I haven't seen it yet. So I haven't seen it. Shout out to King Thrash. I mean, again, it's okay not to like the showcase, but don't be one of these clowns who gin the showcase up and now you trying to protect your cheeks. Their cheeks are busted already. You ain't getting out of that cell. You in that cell for good, my nigga. That's just where you gonna be. You in there. You got. Chocolate Thunder is your new cellmate. But again, I don't know who ginned it up. I know the people that I heard because people sent them to. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why they're ginning this up. That's why I said, hey, look, this is not gonna be what they think. So Marcus Grant says Helldivers 2 and Spider-Man 2 is the only 2023 you remember you're getting. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know about Helldivers. I may try that. I may try Helldivers, Final Fantasy 16 and Spider-Man. I'm definitely getting those. And I'm getting Madden. And if they have a Call of Duty game that gets announced, Modern Warfare 3 per se, I'll get that. Monty White said it was a diverse show. Yeah, I know. For me, that's what I saw was a very diverse show. With that said, these guys are saying that the show should have, what it sounds like they're saying, this is what I'm interpreting, is that it should have catered more towards what I like, not understanding that you are in the minority when it comes to gaming. The hardcore don't drive nothing in any business. I don't care if it's, maybe music. They have more of a say. But not every fan that goes to see, and not every fan that goes to see Godsmack is a hardcore fan. That's why there's other bands there. Why do you think bands as good and as successful as some of these bands are, they have an act come out beforehand because people are diverse. They want to hear different things. I remember the Linkin Park show I went to, and God rest Chester, no doubt. Linkin Park was there, Hoobastank was there, and POD was there. Now, I'm a bigger POD fan than I was Linkin Park, but I enjoyed but it was diverse. It was, it was a diverse group. I enjoyed it. So it is what it is. When I went and saw A Tribe Called Quest, there was A Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, and this other group called Souls of Mischief. And again, I liked De La Soul. I thought was just okay. I really do love Tribe Called Quest. That's my favorite group. But yeah, it's diverse. Yeah, I agree. It's a smorgasbord. And what has happened is a lot of these guys gin this shit up to be more than it was going to be, and they got disappointed. But that's okay. Chocolate Thunder busting their cheeks now. So, Talos Principle 2, Phantom Blade on your wish list. There you go. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, to me, there was something there for everybody. And people are like, well, this game is a copy of Ghost of Tsushima. Well, isn't that what you all said about Rise of Ronin? But you want to see more. So again, I just, what about Stellar Blade? What about Stellar Blade? Okay, it's coming. It's coming out too, as well. So, and again, I'm excited about Stellar Blade, but I don't know what the game's about. If it's just going to be her swinging a sword around, I'll be like, okay, what's the difference between this and Bloodborne? Because all I did with Bloodborne was walk around in a circle and hit the circle button or the square button. So, but everybody swears up and down that's the greatest game ever. Is it ever going to come out? You're still, yeah. Didn't they show Lost Souls Aside? Wasn't that one? Was that at the showcase as well? I mean, I can't remember. I mean, like I said, it was a whole lot of games. So one, you got guys saying upset. I mean, you have guys bitching and moaning about the gaming quality and how the game doesn't act right and the game needs to be patched and the game this. So Factions gets delayed, so the quality is better at time of release, and you all are bitching about it. Man, get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit. Seriously. This is why Chocolate Thunder is here. Just tired of it. So, Phantom Blade, yeah, it looks interesting. I'll have to keep following what that game's about. They said to stay tuned for more information. That's what we're going to do. So, you know, it is what it is. Only question about Phantom Blade, yeah, it's coming out. I just read that. Stellar Blade will be its own state of play. Fair enough. I mean, I'm not here to say it won't be. Fair enough. But this is about the cheeks of these fanboys and, you know, why people listen to all this stuff. So, you know, I don't know why people listen to and didn't ask some basic questions. Like, well, why would you why do you not understand that things are going to get delayed? Why do you believe that that you're owed an explanation on everything? Maybe you shouldn't lie to your audience. And then you have to just keep lying. Then you have to lie more. The next thing you know, you're just a big ass liar. You know, that's why I didn't hype the show up. I said, yeah, I'm excited if you guys are excited. I constantly said what? I'm excited if you're excited for it. Now, if you go ahead, and I hope you see what you want to see. And that's all I really said. I told you what my dream game was, and that was it. And you all were like, yeah, you want to see this? Like, yeah, that'd be cool. I will say this. Silent Hill not being there was a surprise. However, that's not a Sony game, is it? That game is a Konami game. And Konami can show the game wherever the hell they want to, wherever the hell they want. If they say you want to see more Silent Hill 2 gameplay, go to Target, your ass needs to go to Target. You know, this whole thing of is about entitlement, and I'm sensing that entitlement, which goes back to a bunch of other things we talked about here. Lost Souls Aside had 16 minutes of gameplay a few years ago. Okay. So it was Lost Souls Aside then, right? All right. I know there was a whole bunch of games there. There were some games there that I forgot about already. Even Pirates of the Caribbean or whatever. I laughed when I saw that. I'm like, oh, well, that game's not for me. Yeah. Oh, the Metal Gear collection is real. Yeah, you're right. That was a rumor. Now that's confirmed, so we can move off of it now. We'll just wait on more information. But remember, these aren't Sony first-party games. They are, and remember, third party. Metal Gear is third party, okay? The Phantom Blade you all keep talking about, third party. Helldivers, third party, I believe. So, again, that's what it was more for. They're third party. Final Fantasy, right now, because Sony doesn't own Square Enix, this has not been disclosed, right? Third party. So now you're hearing people as the couple days went on, this was more about the third party stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine for me because I'm going to be buying some of these third party games. Well, I wanted to see more first party games. So they show you damn near 15 minutes or whatever it was of Spider-Man, and you're still complaining. So it does not matter what they show. This is what I've said before. No matter what they do, no matter what they show, there's going to be a group of people who are unhappy. But rest assured, there'll be people here like me that's going to make sure Chocolate Thunder busts your cheeks for hyping shit up. Just don't do it anymore. You know, we've been waiting on this for 2 years, and Chocolate Thunder been waiting on your cheeks for even longer because he got double life. So he been waiting longer than you've been waiting. So, oh man, Sony, yeah, Bungie is part of Sony, but it's not part of SIE. It's its own ran subsidiary, and they put them in charge of all the games as a service, which again, I sat here and said, what? I'm not a big games as a service guy, but I'll wait and see what they have. You know, because I may not like it. So the Splatoon looking foam game, like, all right, I'm not going to be playing that, but that's their game. You know what game I will play? MLB The Show. Sony considers that a games as a service. Anything that you can just get on, play online with your friends. This is why I said before, when Lono with Reforge Gaming made the quality case of Sony possibly purchasing Ubisoft, I'm like, you know what? That actually does make sense, because Ubisoft has got Rainbow Six and all that kind of stuff that they could say is a games as a service. It is what it is. Will I be buying a new handheld? I don't know. I may have to strip and stump for super chat money. Probably not. Probably not. That's not for me, but I am going to buy another headset. Okay? I am going to buy another headset. And I used to mock it. I can't remember who it was. This will be, if I get this headset today, I'll be at my third headset, because I like dedicated hardware. So I have a dedicated PC headset. I have a dedicated PlayStation headset. I need a dedicated Xbox headset. So that's what I'm going to go buy today. So that's why I'm up doing my podcast now instead of waiting until 9:30, because I'm going to head to Best Buy at 10 and see if they got it. And if they don't got it, I'll be mad, but you know, I'll go to Target first. They may have it at Target. I don't know. So Ubi Plus is included in PS Premium too. Yeah, and again, let me make this clear. It's not in the Xbox. I have an Xbox. I have Game Pass. So this is direct testimony to the court. If I want to, because remember, I was excited. Dude, I was going to play Elite Dangerous, right? On Xbox. Guess what? I got to have the high, I have to have the $14.99 version of Game Pass to play. No, I don't want that. You know? So I'll just play Elite Dangerous on PlayStation. So it's that simple for me. You're intrigued about the queue. If you can play Fate Grand Order on it. Well, I think what they might be able to do with it, because it works with phones, right? You'll be able to play all these PS2 games and stuff like that, you know. But again, and it might be able to do mirror imaging. You know what that is, right? So if you can do mirror imaging, it will play on your TV, and these phones can play at 1080p, right? And Sony makes a phone, I think, that's 1440p, I think. So again, for me personally, it's not for me. And I was surprised, again, they showed hardware. Because remember, I was like, they ain't going to show no hardware. But that's fine. It just was a surprise to me. So I was kind of like, well, I think it'll be mostly games. And so when they showed the hardware, I'm like, well, this is stuff that you show at CES. You know what I'm saying? You dig? Or stuff Sony could have shown at Jeff Keighley's showcase. Let's just say Jeff Keighley plays a Sony game and he has the earbuds in, you know, and then he says, yeah, here's the way the earbuds felt, stuff like that. That still may happen. I don't know. But to me, you make that announcement there. But again, I gave the showcase a B because of that. But that's me being grown-ass man. Like, yeah, I was surprised that they showed hardware at a software showcase. That's all. That's all. There may be issues with Naughty Dog Factions. Apparently, it's not the quality that Bungie wants it to be, and that's it. So here's the thing. You all complain when games come out half-ass and half-baked. Now that they've intercepted this, and they're like, no, we need to keep this cooking a little bit longer. Why are you all upset about that? Again, this is why Chocolate Thunder is got these dudes screaming, getting their cheeks clapped right now. Because you can't have it both ways. You all complained about Jedi Survivor not having what it needed, and it shouldn't have been this. So now Sony's trying to fix something so that it's not as bad, and you all are still complaining about it. I'm serious, man. You guys are this is why you're getting your cheeks clapped. He says he's the most hated man. I don't hate Jeff Keighley. I think, man, he put a lot on the line to keep the gaming stuff going because everybody was shutting the door in his face. Spike TV, which don't exist anymore. They used to have the Spike TV Gaming Awards. That's when gaming was in its, I say gaming was in its glorious appearing in that phase. That was what, early 2000s, something like that. So 1999, early 2000s. And Jeff Keighley was out there with nothing with his ass hanging. And he put foot to the ground and he got things where we're having these summer showcases. And remember, the first thing you saw running on PlayStation was at the summer showcase. So again, that's why, it's like, whoa, yeah, people forget about that apparently. Let's see here. Yeah, Monty White, I agree. I agree 100%. I'd rather have issues now and be caught and fixed than have issues when people were playing. I'm not going to play it, right? Because like I said, I just saw somebody was like, I'm going to stand here behind this car and I'm going to shoot this guy over there. And then you're going to sit up there. If I get shot, you can hit the square button and you'll heal me. And then you just keep following me around. I mean, what is that shit? That's what you all sound like when you all were playing. I don't know if when you have on a headset, that's what you sound like. Somebody go over there. There's a guy next to that tree. No, not that tree, the other tree. Oh, they think he rigs the game. I don't know how people be voting on that stuff, and it's all subjective. So, didn't Marathon have a PlayStation Studio logo in that? Yeah, they are a Sony studio, but they are part of like Sony proper. It's run separately from SIE. It's weird. It's the same thing that Microsoft did with Bethesda. That's why it's called the Microsoft Bethesda Showcase, because Bethesda is separately run. It's weird. It's just like Microsoft is the subsidiary. It's just weird. So let's see here. You rather get your butt cheeks busted by PlayStation? Well, first, pause about that. Well, I mean, the fanboys are getting their cheeks busted. That's all we wanted. That's why I love this. I love that Jim Ryan busted these dudes' cheeks. I don't have to hear about factions anymore. I don't. So as a gamer, I'm happy. People were like, well, why are you happy that a game is getting delayed? And I'll tell you, because the game is getting delayed. It shouldn't come out if it's not ready to come out. That's good. And the bonus is that I don't have to hear about it anymore. Woohoo! So, I don't have to hear about it. So, reason why all Bethesda games are also, well, because remember when Microsoft bought Bethesda, they said the legacy stuff will always come out and always be supported on all platforms. The newer stuff, they're going to have to do it by a quote game by game thing, which is, to me, makes sense. It's their first party studio. They don't have to publish what they don't want to publish. That's for anybody, man. If I own something, then I'm not gonna worry about it. I will sell and to publish to whoever I want. It is what it is. What other games did I see at the showcase that I'm getting besides Fantasy Blade or whatever it was that I'm definitely getting? Resident Evil in VR, definitely. Because I have to get the VR first. I saw a bunch of stuff there. Or Spider-Man. So, yeah, I'll be getting that. I'll have to look into the Bungie's game because that game looked actually pretty good. So, it is what it is, guys. This is not hard work. I mean, you shouldn't want your cheeks busted by anybody. I mean, I ain't built for that. So, these fanboys got their cheeks split wide open by this showcase. Thank God. Thank God they did. So, Kojima Productions, founded by Sony, letting Kojima do whatever he wants. Yeah, Kojima runs that. Yeah, I keep saying that to people. The good thing that's with Kojima Studios is that because they use the Decima engine, because remember, they don't use the Fox engine, they use the Decima engine. Whatever improvements Kojima makes to that engine, whatever it is, Sony owns that improvement. They patent it, and then they put it into the Decima engine proper. You see that with I'm seeing stuff that was in the Death Stranding that Kojima put in that's in the Forbidden West game. Like those things that walk around, those real big things with the big old disc on their head. Those things actually walk faster now than they did, which is cool. Naughty Dog announced a new single-player project before they even showed what they're cooking with. Well, again, Naughty Dog has produced 3 games this generation, just like I'm gonna say Ubisoft, my God. Just like Insomniac has produced 3 games. So that's why when people are like, well, Insomniac is carrying them. No, Insomniac and Naughty Dog are carrying them. Sony Santa Monica put out God of War. It's out. It's out. All right. Is Forbidden West is out with DLC. So that's 2 studios right there. Then you got the 3 by Naughty Dog. You got 3 by Insomniac. Their top tier studios are producing. They were ready to hit the ground within a year. After the PlayStation came out, you got God of War. Before PlayStation was announced, for PS5 was announced, you got Miles Morales. Okay? So again, what are you all talking? Seriously, what are the fanboys talking about? At this point in time, you look stupid. Because I see a bunch of games by their first party studios because I got them. I have them. So So what are you all talking about? Only thing that's disappointing about you State of Play that Cassie Drake didn't show up. Why? How do you know they're gonna have another Uncharted game? And how do you know it's gonna be Cassie Drake? I mean, we just don't. What are you talking about? This is the problem. Just let them announce their stuff and go enjoy it. Like, what are you doing? I'm telling you, this ain't this podcast. There's other podcasts where people are going to tell you Sony's going in the wrong direction, even though they're selling gazillions of dollars worth of hardware for PlayStation, but they're going in the wrong direction. Yeah, right. So, Blue Point with Demon Souls, Returnal by Housemarque. Yeah, but those weren't first-party studios, to be fair. Now they are now, but you're right about that. They were contracted studios. And Herman Holt said that Blue Point deserves the ability to make their own game. Period. Leave it there. Okay, let's just leave it there. Konami contracted out Blubber Team to make Silent Hill. It's not a first-party game, so stop it. Stop. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, I thought Sony was going to buy Konami. Why? Why did you think that? Why would you think that? Why do that when they told you clearly that they can just invest in the studio to make the IP? And then they may publish it. Now, Konami may not publish it to console. All right. Sony may say, you know what? We're going to publish it to PlayStation. And if Konami wants to publish to PC, they're going to have to go sign a PC contract. Same thing they did with Death Stranding. Sony published it to PlayStation, and Kojima had to go out and get, was it 505 to publish it to PC. So stop it. Okay? You're going to end up in Chocolate Thunder Cell with the rest of these clowns. These people want PlayStation to follow what Xbox is doing. Well, they're not. They already told you what they're doing, so they're not going to do that. Move on. Move on. Grown-ass men. Let's move on. 2023 isn't finished. Correct. We still got multiple games coming out. You got more announcements in a couple of weeks at the showcase. Again, somebody explain to me in grown-up terms why you all just can't be happy with more announcements coming. Like, seriously. And I'm asking. I'm not here telling you you should be. You tell me why that's wrong. All right? You tell me why it's wrong. I mean, again, I'm not defending what you want because you can want whatever you want. But don't think the world moves with what you do. All right? You can feel sorry for yourself. You can feel sorry for your mama, but that doesn't mean the rest of the world's going to feel sorry for you. And again, I'm asking for an explanation. I'm not here to say, tell me why you're not excited about the Summer Game Fest. Was it because you were expecting? I mean, let's just be honest here. These fanboys, these ponies thought that they were going to see a bunch of games that were exclusive only to Sony. So even though Sony showed exclusive games, okay, or games that were only going to be on their platform, they were still expecting stuff from Blue Point. They were expecting stuff from Sony. I hope I'm saying it, Sony Bend, because they put this shit out here. We've been waiting 2 years. They gotta bring it. They gonna bring it. Okay? And the only thing they brought was your cheeks, the Chocolate Thunder. That's what they brought. And as long as you overhype things, I mean, as long as you overhype things, I keep hoping that you keep getting your cheeks split. Like split all the way up your back. So Alan Wake looked very interesting. Yeah, it did. It did. That game is pretty crazy. You can put whatever number you want to on the showcase. It is your opinion. Okay, that's why I gave it a B. I'm like, well, that wasn't perfect, but you know, I saw a bunch of stuff that I'm trying to find the information here where Sony said what they were going to show at their showcase. See, Sony showcase announcement. I'm literally trying to find it because I don't remember. I see recaps and stuff like that, but I don't just see like the initial "you're invited." Let me put that. You're invited. Because I got that in my email. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Let me put this on the screen so you all can see it yourself. Let's see here. We go here and make that here. So Sony said the show will run. Now this is the initial announcement, okay? Sony said the show will run a bit over an hour, which it did. Focus on PS5 and PSVR2 games in development from top studios from around the world. Expect a glimpse at several new creations from PlayStation Studios, as well as spellbinding games from our third-party partners and indie creators. That's exactly what we saw. That's exactly what we saw. They didn't say deep dive. They didn't say nothing like that. They didn't say a breakdown. Where was that at? How did what you see right here get ginned up into, they gonna bring it. They gotta bring it. It's been 2 years. Okay? Isn't this what we saw? A glimpse of several new creations? Didn't we see PS5 only games? And I dare anybody, if you think I'm capping, why don't you go ahead and invite me to your podcast so I can split your backside? Because I'm just going to show this, and I'm going to show how you ponies, turn this sentence into something on a 10-day, oh my God, they're going to show everything. Oh my God. You saw a glimpse. That's the equivalent of a damn chef saying, I'm opening up a restaurant and we're gonna have this opening, and we're gonna have some samples of what we're gonna be having here. Literally, this is what I saw. So how did we get from they're gonna be showing it? I saw third-party things in indie creators. Did you not think they were gonna show them? This is why I said before, it don't matter what they say, you're gonna pick up and run with what you need to get your goddamn super chat money. That's what this is about. because they told you right here what they were going to do. And I'm going to walk away for 1 minute so you all can read that. And then I'm going to come back and read it to you again. But remember, Chocolate Thunder got double life. He got double life. He ain't getting out. You heard directly from him. What are you all doing? Do we have to like go back to school and the teacher has to put the word glimpse up on the screen? And I'll do that because we're gonna really, again, we're here to pound the backside of these ponies today. Chocolate Thunder thinks you're a good looking brown man and you ain't never getting out. That's what Sony said. I'm not putting words in nobody's mouth. Let me walk away for 1 minute. I gotta get a beer. That would make me drink this early. Hold on. Oh no. Oh man, he's over there cracking up. Oh, come on, I got a drink. There's no. Ah. So let's read it again all together, children. The show will run a bit over an hour, focusing on PS5 and PSVR2 games in development from top studios from around the world. Well, hot diggity dog, that's exactly what they showed. Expect a glimpse at several new creations from PlayStation Studios. It says glimpse. I didn't put that word there. As well as spellbinding games from our third-party partners and indie creators. That's exactly what we saw. That's exactly what you saw. Okay? So I don't know how you all get that mixed up, like at all. Hold on, let me ask Alexa, what does the word glimpse mean?
As a verb, glimpse is usually defined as to catch or take a glimpse of. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for glimpse.
Alexa, what does the word glimpse mean?
As a noun, glimpse is usually defined as a very brief, passing look, sight, or view. As a verb, glimpse is usually defined as to catch or take a glimpse of. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for glimpse.
Alexa, thank you.
You're so welcome.
Okay.
Your kindness really gives me a charge.
Okay. How come the AI knows more than you do? How come my little gray AI knows more than you? Okay. Do we have to go over it again? Huh? Do we have to go over this anymore? I really, you know, I mean, it's getting to a point where, you know, it's getting old. Hold on here. So I mean, is it what part of that do you not understand? Like help me help you. Help me help you. When the AI, which is programmed by humans, knows more than its actual creators, we got a problem. We have a big problem. Even I read that like exactly what it said, a glimpse. That's exactly what we got, a glimpse, a quick peek. You know, you got a little side boob there. You weren't supposed to see the whole boob. You were only supposed to see the side of the boob, okay? Supposed to see that little bitty side boob, that bump there. She did not say, you come over here, you're gonna get a taste. You're gonna get a glimpse. Okay? It's like when my girl puts on her bathing suit. Okay, it's like, do you like this bathing suit? Yeah, let me take a glimpse. And she'll say, you want to take a glimpse at my new bathing suit? Well, yeah. So what part of that did you all not understand? And why did you listen to people say they're gonna bring the pain? They're gonna bring it down. They bring in the house. They bring in your baby mama's house. They bring in your baby mama's house. Now, could the showcase they had more gameplay? Absolutely. Bravo. I agree with you 1,000%. It had more gameplay. But man, when you listen to a bunch of virgin ass fanboys who chase platinums, and that's where you're going for your information, when you listen to a bunch of gaydar fanboys who tell you that Sony's going in the wrong direction, when they are making record profits, when they can't keep the damn thing on the shelves, apparently. I mean, they're on the shelves in my city. Let me make that clear. So I can go and get one again today. Hell, I may get one today just to piss off the fanboys. Just to show up like, yeah, I got another one. F you and F your mama. That made me drink this morning. Even Nova Red didn't listen to the fanboys, and she's all the way over in France. Bonjour, Nova Red. She's over there in the city of Amore. And she said it's very pretty at night, but she's used to it because like she grew up there, right? Ain't no big deal. You can't take a French girl to the French Riviera, okay? Well, actually, I guess you could. I take that back. Yeah, take a French girl to the French Riviera and get some French fries and see if she French kisses. I wonder if French girls French kiss. To put that on my maybe list. I don't know. So it's a glimpse. It's a glimpse. So, I mean, I'm not going to pull up the term of glimpse because I got to get out of here, right? But like all people, we got to end the podcast with a learning session, okay? That's why we're here, to learn, right? So we're going to listen to somebody who had direct contact with Chocolate Thunder on what Chocolate Thunder was going to do.
Paperwork, man. What's my hands? I'm like, man, what the fuck does that mean, man? He said, man, you're just a pretty high yellow man. You're the closest thing to a woman I'm ever gonna see, man, because I got double life. I'm like, man, you tripping, man. I ain't gay, homie. He said, man, check this out, man. I'm about to go up in your butthole, homie, because you got it all ready. I'm like, nah, dude, I had to take your shit. I ain't getting shit ready, homie. I ain't no homosexual, man. He said, man, you don't understand, man. I ain't never getting out, man. You a pretty motherfucker. I'm going up in your butthole.
So let that be a lesson to all you fanboys out there, okay? Y'all just need to shut up. All right? Because there's people out there that will fricassee your ass on a Saturday morning because, hey, what else am I going to do, right? Now, if you like the podcast, hit the like button. If you're ready, if you're a new member, I appreciate you. You're on the mailing list. You will get, again, I'm going to check into the t-shirts. And again, for members, the t-shirts are free, but you have to pay for shipping. I'll pay for half your shipping. So if you live in Colorado and I go up here to the store and they say, in order to ship this to Colorado, it's going to cost you $15. That means that I will tell you your shirt costs $8 to ship, okay? Because I'll pay the tax on it and I'll pay half of your shipping costs. But your shirt is free if you want the shirt, all right? Now, if you want to see some gameplay that I'll be doing here, and it will be Mass Effect 1, we're going to go into the Armstrong Nebula. That will be on Twitch today. Make sure you're following me on Twitch. Shout out to all the people that have joined me on Twitch. We're trying to get it to 50 people. Then we're going to do the Mass Effect celebration run. But you really need to pay attention to what you're being told by the companies, not the fanboys. You should never listen to the fanboys when it comes to stuff. Just go to the company, go listen to it, go watch it. I read that for you guys because it's like, did you all not read that? That's what I got in my email. You're invited. Oh, okay. Well, that's exactly what I saw. Now so what MBG told you, when NIXIS Gaming, what that corny MFer, TCMF, what those guys told you was bald-faced BS, okay? They told you what they wanted to see. And Sony told you what you would see. It's like the cartoon years ago called, it's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. When Peppermint Patty invited everybody over to Charlie Brown's house for Thanksgiving, Peppermint Patty thought that they were going to have turkey and dressing and rolls and pumpkin pie. But she told people what she wanted. Snoopy cooked popcorn and potato chips and had to fight the friggin' lawn chair. I mean, don't get me wrong, that he whooped that lawn chair's ass, but you know, that lawn chair got some licks. Know what I'm saying? So always, again, I'm really trying to get to you guys here. Always listen to the companies. Do not listen to the fanboys. I told you our story, what happened with us. We remember Benedict Cumberbatch was not going to be Doctor Strange. It was going to be Joaquin Phoenix. People just ran with that story. They ran with this story for 6 months. Turned out to be wrong. So the next time, the big announcement when Brie Larson became Captain Marvel, or Carol Danvers, everybody knew that, but nobody said anything until she announced it. Then people said, oh, well, she's announced it. And then about 10 minutes later, Disney came out with an official announcement. And again, if you listen to the companies, you ain't going to get your cheeks busted. Because you can always say, here's what the company said. You know, you get your information, well, this guy said this. Roberto Serrano said this. The snitch said this. This is done because these cats make their money online and they need you guys to keep giving them money. That's all there is to it. That's just the truth. That's you and you now, you know it now. And all you can say to yourself is, I'll never do it again. So you all take it easy. You all stay blessed. You all have a great holiday. Shout out to everybody. All the pools open this weekend. I think there's pools open. My pool's open today. That's why I got stuff to do. But all right, guys, I will talk to you later. Have a good one. Oh yeah, we'll podcast tomorrow because I want to talk about that. I want to find out more information on Alan Wake and stuff like that. And then we'll see which one of these fanboys, recovers from Chocolate Thunder. Because we all know what Chocolate Thunder is about. He don't care. All right. Shout out to OG Silverback. You all go